Greetings to all once again. This is AikawaKazu bringing you the Apocalypse Nest guide. It won't be a solo guide because an unfortunate thing has happened, which is that I accidentally finished all my Apocalypse Nest runs, so I won't be able to show the solo footage all the way to Apocalypse. But rest assured, I've done this solo before and it's still possible. And I've did it with no deaths, yeah, just FYI. So right here we have just killed the ghost boss. The only skill that you need to watch out for both the hell and normal version is that you need to avoid the spells that silence you. The one that silences you is actually the one where he summons these eyeballs that hits you. In the hell mode version, if you get hit, you can get hit up to 3k. So try to avoid that, and the rest of the boss is actually pretty simple. The hell mode version has 2 ghosts, and yep, just take both of them down. So the next boss here is the lamppost or post office boss, I think. So by clicking the mechanism in the center, you'll spawn a light from the corner of the room. For the normal version, it will always be the top right corner of the room, and then you'll follow a clockwise motion every time when you activate the mechanism. You have about, I think, about 10 seconds every time the light is activated and that the boss gets stunned. You can only DPS the boss when he gets stunned by the light. So for the normal version, just press the mechanism and hit to the next location of the light and you'll be fine. But for the hell mode version, the light actually spawns randomly, so you might just want to activate the light switch and then see where the light spawns instead. Yup, and this boss is pretty much simple. He has some debuffs that decreases the damage you do, and if you get caught in any of those attacks, you get hit pretty hard, maybe 1 or 2k damage. So make sure you save your dodge and tumble for the right moments. And yeah, before I forget, happy Chinese New Year. And I'm recording this at 5 AM. You might be wondering why, because you know there's actually this Chinese tradition that on the first day of the Chinese New Year, the longer you stay up, it actually lengthens the life duration of a parent. So I'm staying up this night. Yep. So the next boss here we have is the shadow boss, and for the normal mode version, it'll always be the center statue. So just dash towards the center statue and use the skills to take them down ASAP. You can use the ultimate here because it can get a little tricky with all the other shadow bosses doing their spinning, or you know, the one where they fire a dark element fireball at you which gets you lifted up. So make sure you kill it ASAP. However, in the hell mode version, it doesn't always spawn at the center, so just make sure you kill the one that spawns first. Yep, can be any one of the 5 statues. So moving on, we'll be going on to the whips boss. And yep, if you're having difficulties with any of the bosses, just make sure that your party or yourself have your ultimates up. You know, do a planning of sorts, and before you move on, make sure everybody is ready. The normal mode version of this boss is actually pretty easy. With 4 party members, you can probably take it down pretty fast with your level 32 skills. However, in the hell mode version, it's actually much more sturdy. That means you probably take maybe one of your members using ultimate to actually kill it pretty fast. So this boss, actually, the only trouble with it is that it can randomly teleport to about 4 corners of the map. According to some guides I read, if you see now, if it teleports directly opposite, when you get there to the next location, it will definitely teleport away to another location straight away. So from the guide I read on dragonnestblog.com, it actually says that if it spawns on adjacent, that means the one that's on the either sides, it will probably stay for a longer time. So if you see spawning opposite from the location that it was, it means that it's going to teleport very soon. But yeah, so that was a double opposite spawn, that's why it teleported straight away. So right now it's teleporting once again because it has been spawning in the non-adjacent versions. So just remember that for the hell mode version, it will definitely take a lot more to defeat this boss. And do note that it has 2 different attributes. It has the lightning form and the dark element form, and they both use different kinds of attack. For the lightning element form, it has skills that can bind you to the ground, and for the dark element form, it has the gravity ball skill, and it actually fires a barrage of many dark element fireballs. It can be quite hurting if you get caught in those, but it actually fires in a circle-like fashion, so it's pretty easy to avoid. Make sure that you always use your potions when they're off cooldowns. And here I'm moving on to the next boss, which is the Rhino boss. If you're actually soloing the Apocalypse Nest, this will be the desired rotation you might want to go through. However, if you're doing it in the party and you want to save time, you can actually go straight to the pirate boss, because the pirate boss is much easier to take down if you are doing it in a party. However, soloing the pirate boss can be pretty dangerous if your DPS is very low. So for me, I've opted to actually do the Rhino boss instead, because the normal version of the Rhino boss is actually pretty simple. So what you need to do here is actually pretty simple, like I've mentioned. There's actually 3 walls to break down, and all you need to do is to lure this Rhino to the wall that you need to break and wait for it to slam to the door to break it. And every time you break through one wall, you will see this little crystal here. To move on to the next stage, you need to destroy this crystal as well as all the mobs that spawn the moment you enter this area. And the first area is pretty simple, it's just goose. So you know, I'm sure you have seen a lot of Elemental Lords soloing Apocalypse Nest by now, by Cyrus or Michelle, and they have pretty much taken this thing down pretty fast. So yeah, apparently Sword Masters can't compare DPS with them, so I'll take a while to take this little rock down. So just make sure you play it safe, don't make any risky maneuvers, keep an eye on the Rhino, and yeah, it's pretty much rinse and repeat from here on. And the webs can be quite a thing to destroy, so be sure to know exactly what skills you need to do to destroy the webs. The hell mode version of this part of the fight can actually be very tricky. If you don't know yet, the hell mode version is actually a red Rhino, and the red Rhino can breathe fire, and if you get hit even wearing full level 40 epic armors, you'll probably get hit for about 5 to 6k damage, and that's excluding the burn damage that you'll be receiving thereafter. And for parties, it's always a problem, because when the wall breaks and if you go through the cracks, the thing is the door won't open until everybody runs to the door. So if the Rhino has aggro on one particular guy, and if the guy is fast, he'll be at the door waiting for the people to catch up, and that moment, if the red Rhino actually breathes fire, everybody will get hit for 5 to 6k. So every time when the wall is broken down, if you're in a party, make sure that everyone runs to the door ASAP so the door actually opens. And in this second area, the monster that you need to watch out for is actually the little dark summoner that can cast the AoE slow kind of thing. So make sure you assign one person to take him down. In my Apocalypse Hell mode run, I'm always the person to take him down with Flying Drive, so just make sure you designate people to do specific job while running the nest, and it won't be so difficult. So right now I'm actually approaching the third wall. So just one more advice here when you're doing this phase of the nest run is that you can actually use this chance to actually get back all the HP from using the HP potions, because if you are skillful enough, you can actually dodge all the damage that the Rhino can do to you. And if you're in a group, you just need one person who has the aggro to bait the Rhino to the wall. So this is the area where it gets tricky if you're soloing. There's spiders that slows you down, there's 2 dark summoners to cast 2 AoE slows, and most people who actually do this the first time will have difficulty clearing this area without losing too much health. I remember when I was doing this the first time, I finished this area with like 10% HP left. So for me, I'll use the ultimate on the spider, because the Rhino boss is actually quite easy to defeat even without the use of any ultimate skills. So always take down the spider first, because if he jumps on you in hell mode, it's another 5k damage, and he can summon the little web thing for far range people. For range DPS, you need to watch out. So when you're soloing, it's advisable to keep these dark summoners at bay. Either you keep them out of your attack range, or for me, I've decided to pick them off one by one. So after which you can take down the spider, and then the crystal, followed by the boss. You can only damage the boss after the crystal is taken down. So the spider is actually crit resist, so try to take him down quickly, but it's actually quite easy to break his super armor, so that's one way to prevent yourself from getting damaged by the spider. After that, you can just defeat the Rhino and it should be fine. So well, that's that, and I'll go on to destroy the crystal right here. The Rhino boss is actually very easy to defeat once you break down the crystal. For the normal version, it's just like the one in the Cerberus nest where I think this one doesn't really breathe poison. I think it does, I can't remember, but it's exactly the same as the Cerberus nest Rhino. So just make sure you save your dodge and blink for when he does his little horn attack or his little, you know, fist pound on the ground, and you should be fine. There's no hurry to defeat this boss either. Just make sure you don't get damaged by, you know, skills that you're supposed to avoid easily, and you should be fine. So I just want to re-emphasize, if you're doing it in a party, you may want to save time by going straight to the pirate boss. Just make sure that everybody have their ultimate saved up, and you can simply just go there and then spam all your ultimates, and the pirate boss should be fine. So after this, it will be the lightning ogre boss. So what I'm going to do here is actually show you people actually that I managed to get the lightning ogre boss down to less than 1x HP. That means he was like 3/4 health before I get hacked to death, and that I actually managed to avoid the first hack, but during the second hack I was too close to the lightning ogre, so I got hacked and I died. So after which, yep, I accidentally finished my Apocalypse Nest runs when I did it in my static group. So yeah, I just want to share with you guys a few methods to avoid the lightning ogre hack. Firstly, it's shared by Wymian and Cherry Credits forums. If you are within melee range, you can actually back roll, i.e. back tumble, to actually tumble out of the hack. I have not tried it myself, but seeing the positive feedback it has on the forum thread, I think works, so that's one way. The other way is for casters or any classes that have a skill that can allow you to tumble, dodge, or blink when you are in a stun or paralyzed state. So I know that there are some people that say that casters like ELs or force users can actually use the blink they have when they are paralyzed or stunned to blink out of the hack. And the last one, which is something that I wouldn't recommend because you probably won't feel much pride if you solo the nest that way, is to use the escape location button when you get hacked. I think that definitely works, but yeah, I'm not going to resort to using that to finish the solo the nest itself. So yeah, I won't recommend people to do that if you want to feel a certain sense of satisfaction when you finish doing the nest solo. So right now I'm going to skip all this waiting while I get back some health and mana before I face the lightning ogre. Okay, the lightning ogre boss, one of the toughest bosses in Apocalypse Nest, regardless of gear, because of his fearful hack. However, you know, there's some people that can't even live to see the hack, because the hack only occurs when the boss is at below 2x HP. So for soloing this boss, you know, a lot of people get caught up in this running skill where he fires off these lightning balls off his back whenever he's running. So don't get hit by that. Before he actually does that, he'll wriggle a bit and he'll start running. So don't get hit by that. Right now I'm just doing a hit and run strategy to slowly whittle his health down to 3x. That's when he'll start casting his little Cyclops Eye laser skill. And so for people who are soloing this, what you need to avoid now is his little running skill, which is the one he's using now. And the other one that he uses a lot when he's at 4x HP is the one where he does the fist pound on the ground. So make sure you save your dodge and tumble for that, because if you get hit, it's easily 3 to 4k damage. So you don't want to you don't want to lose health to a stupid skill like that. So make sure you save your tumble and dodge for that. Right now I've successfully dodged 2 of those fist pounds, so things are looking fine. So yep, this boss sucks because his critical resist, and I've tried him with my full FD build. You'll still see crit resist coming out a lot. It's as though I think maybe they set the crit stat you need for this boss to get 95% crit rate very low, so no matter what, you'll still get a lot of crit resist even if you have very low crit. My full FD build actually has only 3k crit, so that's definitely nowhere near the 10k crit you need for level 40 mobs. So that's just a speculation though. So for the Cyclops Eye laser skill, just make sure you avoid it. It actually follows you through, so you have to keep moving until you actually summons the laser from his eye. So the other thing that the boss does when he reaches 3x is he'll start throwing these little lightning, these blue sticks and red sticks. The lightning sticks actually fires out small lightning balls around them. So what I'm actually trying to do now is to bait him away from the lightning sticks. But the problem is he chose another one at where I am. So yeah, at this instant I don't give a shit anymore. I just, you know, dash in like a boss to quickly eliminate him before the whole arena is filled with these lightning balls. They do almost the same damage as the lightning balls that he summons. So right to now it's going to be pretty tough for me. So similar to the fist pound, don't get hit by the skill where he jumps into the air and slams to the ground. It takes a little timing for your dodge and tumble, so try to get a timing right and time your tumble and dodge properly to avoid that. Do not dodge immediately when you see him jumping into the air because you'll still get hit. So right now I'm just trying to whittle him down to below 2x HP, and I got caught in one of those lightning orbs there. So once you hit 2x HP and below, there's one skill that you must look out for, and this is the time where you need to start staying close to the lightning ogre, which is this skill, the one where he plucks a lightning stick to the floor and he'll start emitting lightning waves throughout. The only safe area is the area around him, which you see is surrounded by the lightning orb that he emits. So once the boss reaches 2x or maybe 3x HP, pay close attention to the boss and start either blinking into that safe zone. If not, you're definitely going to lose at least 50 to 60% HP in the process of that skill. So you'll continue to use any of those skills earlier, including the Cyclops Eye, the Fist Pounce and everything. So right now I'm having a bit of a tough time because there's so many lightning orbs on the ground. So I'm trying to attempt to clear them here with my ultimate, but apparently they have too much HP and he's using the lightning stick skill again, and I managed to get into the safe zone in time. So you saw that I was actually quite far away and I still managed to make it. So range DPS, you need not worry too much here. So once he gets low, you know, the low end of the 2x HP, he might use the hub. I actually think that it's definitely below 1x HP. And right there you saw a skill which is the little mini whirlwind skill that he did. That skill is actually very damaging and he can use it from 3x HP down, if I'm not wrong, or maybe even at 4x, but I know that he uses it at 3x HP, so don't get hit by that skill. It actually does a lot of damage. So right now he's doing the stabbing skill again, and look, I'm actually bringing him down to below the 2x HP. He's now at 1x HP left, and I immediately try to run. Yup, and there's the death hug. In that instant, I'm dragging him out to very far. He actually runs very fast when he's doing the hug, and I got caught by a zap there, but I still made it in time and he actually gave up hugging me. So this is where I died from the second hug because I was too close. I actually wanted a line drive through him. It works actually because I've used Infinity Edge in the past, and the last line drive at the end of the skill actually goes through him, but I line drive to a wall, so QQ. So from here on, I'll be showing a footage of my group defeating the Lightning Ogre boss in normal mode. So just have a look of how you can actually utilize some party mechanics like Spirit Boost. What we actually did is we have a planned time to use our ultimates. We actually use the ultimates at around 2x HP when or rather the first time when he does the lightning stick skill, which is the one that he steps to the ground, the one which you need to go to the safe zone. You'll get everyone to use their ultimates. For the elemental lords, it's not possible because you need to stand a big back away from the boss before you use the ultimate. So I've actually asked my girlfriend to use the ultimate at the start to bring down the boss fast to 2x HP. So for mercenaries, acrobats and myself, if you are using Infinity Edge, you can use the ultimate when you use the lightning stabbing skill. So right now you see that I've used hacking stance, and you see the mercenaries shortly using his Cyclone Axe, and the acrobat actually has already used ultimate. So right now the boss is actually coming for me for a death hug, but apparently managed to armor break it. And yeah, in a party, all you need to do is the person with the aggro to anticipate to run after he breaks out from his lightning step skill, especially if he has already fall below the 1x HP bar, and to run away straight away. So the other method is that all 4 members of the party has to actually stand on 4 sides, I mean 4 corners of the boss, so that you don't all get hacked at the same time. For normal mode, it's actually pretty easy to break the super armor of the boss if you have a sword master who uses Eclipse. However, in the hell mode version, there's just one more thing that I forgot to mention, is that when he reaches 1x HP bar, he will actually attempt to heal himself, and if he does, he will get back about 2x of his HP back. So if you have a sword master in your team, once again, save your Eclipse for the moment, and if you have no Eclipse, the boss will probably heal, because you won't break the super armor in time, and it will be troublesome for parties, especially with not enough DPS, because at that stage, if you don't take down his health fast enough, he will just keep healing, and it can even occur again after he reaches 1x HP again. So for the hell mode version, you might want to save your ultimates at the moment. So right now, you're fighting Apocalypse. The normal version is pretty easy, but there's a few skills you need to watch out for. One is, of course, the laser that comes out from his mouth. The rotation of the lasers is random, so pay attention. It can be clockwise or anti-clockwise. For the normal version of the boss, it's actually pretty simple. As you can see, the boss is actually almost dead already. However, in the hell mode, the boss is a lot more sturdy, and it'll take a lot more to finish the boss. So for Apocalypse, it's actually not a very hard boss fight. It's more like whether you will make mistakes and to see how you react to certain skills that the boss does. So actually, if you want to see a very good view of all the skills that Apocalypse actually do, go over to dragonnestblog.com. He actually has a very good Apocalypse NES guide over there, where it shows you, the graphical animation of the boss when he casts a certain skill. So right now we'll talk more about, some of the key skills that you need to avoid. There is a lot of damage. One of it is the spinning body skill, where he starts spinning around and chase the person with the highest aggro. If you get caught in that skill, easily, from 60% HP to 0. So in that case, Highlander will definitely save you, but you'll be down with only 1 HP left for the whole fight. And I've survived the whole fight with 1 HP before, so it's not actually that hard. So for Apocalypse NES, it's not really that difficult. It's more like you not making mistakes while fighting the boss. And the other one will be at below 2x HP, the boss will summon the tentacles. Save your AoE skills for that, and you might want to look out for your own party mates who get caught by the tentacles, because if you don't get them out of those tentacles, they will definitely die, because what the boss does after that as a follow-up is the AoE vanishing skill, where purple auras will spawn on the ground, and those things do like 6 to 7k damage per explosion, and once you get caught, it's very hard to avoid them even with aerial evasion. So that's another skill you must watch out for. And the last one which you must watch out for is actually the pentagram skill. I think there's a guide on the forums where it shows the Apocalypse as a crab symbol, and the only safe sides of Apocalypse is the back and around the sides. Anybody caught at the front will actually be one shot. For classes with damage negating skills like parrying stance or block, it works, so use them. Personally, I just save my parrying stance for the moment when I see pentagram. So besides that, most of the bulk of the boss fight is actually pretty simple, and once again I recommend the guide in Dragonnest blog. Go take a look at it. It's actually very good. Definitely much better than my Apocalypse NES guide here. Before I go, I've just done a short summary of all the bosses and the stuff that you need to know between hell and normal, so take time to look through it. And yep, please look at the description below the video for links to the Dragonnest blog, Apocalypse NES guide. I think that one's better in the sense if you want to look at the different animations of various skills and what to expect between hell and normal. And also I missed out a footage on the pirate boss, so definitely go look at the Dragonnest blog, Apocalypse NES guide if you are interested. Also, I apologize for not having the solo footage of the Lightning Ogre and Apocalypse due to the unfortunate incident of me finishing all my Apocalypse NES runs unknowingly, so I apologize for that once again, but it is still definitely possible for a Swordmaster to solo Apocalypse NES. I think there's a couple of Swordmasters in Greenwood that's already successfully done so, so if you are geared and you want to attempt it, it's definitely possible, so do try it. I've already done it once and will definitely try it again, but yeah, it's definitely a very tough NES. I hope this video guide has helped you in understanding this NES more. And last but not least, I just want to share a little secret, or rather something I think everybody knows, but think I'll just share it as well, which is about the royal chest in Apocalypse Nest. Yeah, there's a royal chest, you didn't know, right? Oh yeah. So actually, by defeating all the bosses, that means all the stage bosses before fighting the Lightning Ogre, you can actually unlock an area which actually spawns the royal chest. So for the normal mode, is it worth it? No, because it just spawns a few ordinary jewels for everybody. However, in the hell mode version, he actually spawns class specific epic codes, and if you're lucky you can get more than one, and that's including the ordinary jewels you'll get. However, you need to defeat all the bosses, and that's why you need to figure out how to do that. So there's just one more boss I missed out as well, which is the skeleton minotaur. That is the one where you need to kill the opposite color goo that spawns. That means if the skeleton minotaur is red, you have to kill the blue color ones, and vice versa. So royal chest for the hell mode version is definitely worth getting, because you know it's one epic code and chance to get two. And the last rumor about it is that it can actually drop apocalypse armors and weapons, but so far I have no luck with all the hell mode runs I've done. So maybe you'll get lucky, or maybe you can prove this myth to be wrong, but it's just a rumor that I've heard. I don't know if it's true because I have not seen it as well after doing the royal chest for hell mode, the number of times I finished hell mode. So you can actually do 5 times because you get 5 hell seals a week. So yeah, do go test it out. But yeah, that's all from me, and subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to meeting you guys in the next video.